What is Redis? It's actually a database that runs in the memory. So Redis, which stands for Remote Dictionary Server, Redis, RE for remote, DI for dictionary, S for server. It's a fast, open source, in-memory and key value data store. The Redis project started when Salvatore, the original developer of Redis, wanted to improve the scalability of his Italian startup. From there, he developed Redis, which is now used as a database, cache, message broker, and queue. Redis delivers sub-milliseconds response time, enabling millions of requests per second for real-time application in industries like gaming, adtech, financial service, healthcare, and IoT. Today, Redis is one of the most popular open source engine, named the most loved database by Stack Overflow for 5 consecutive years. So it's the most loved database by the developers to make the website or application faster, since the Redis database runs in the memory, in the RAM. So because of its fast performance, Redis is a popular choice of caching, session management, gaming, leaderboard, real-time analytics, geospatial, ride-hailing, chat messaging, media streaming, and pub/sub apps. AWS offered to fully managed service to run Redis. That is, Amazon MemoryDB for Redis is a Redis compatible, durable in-memory database service that deliver ultra-fast performance. Amazon Elasticache for Redis is another software, is a fully managed caching service that accelerate data access from primary database and data store with microsecond latency. So we will be learning about the Amazon MemoryDB as well as Elasticache subsequent videos. So furthermore, Elasticache also offers support for Memcached, another popular open source caching engine. So what is the benefit of Redis? One most crucial benefit is performance. All Redis data resides in memory, which enable low latency and high throughput data access. That means the fastest access to the data from the website or application, you need to use the Redis database. Unlike traditional database, in-memory data store don't require a trip to disk. That means when you are sending a query, it's not going to hard disks where I/O performance reduced. Instead of going to hard disks, it's retrieving data from the memory itself. So reducing engine latency to microseconds. Because of this, in-memory data store can support an order of magnitude more operational and fast response times. The result is blazing fast performance with average read and write operation taking less than a millisecond and support for millions of operations per second. Another benefit is flexible data structure. Unlike other key value data store that offer limited data structure, Redis has a vast variety of data structure to meet your application needs. Redis data types include string, that similar to other database, for every column, every data will be having some different data type. That one of this is string that stores text or binary data up to 512 MB in size. Then another one is list, a collection of string in the order they were added. Then another data type is sets, an unordered collection of string with the ability to intersect, union and difference other set types. Another data type is sorted sets. That means sets is unsorted, but if we want to keep the sets as sorted, then we will be using data type sorted sets. Sets ordered by value, not the key. Another type is hashes, a data structure for storing a list of fields and values. Bitmap data type, a data type that offer bit level operation. That means if you want to store images or any streaming video, then you will need to use the bitmaps. Another one is hyperlog logs, a probabilistic data structure to estimate the unique items in a dataset. Streams, a log data structure message queue. So the stream we can use if we want to store the log data as a message queue, then we'll be using this data type streams. Geospatial, a longitude, latitude based entries maps nearby. So if we want to work with this spatial data like map data, then we'll be using data type this geospatial. Another benefit is simplicity and easy of use. It's very easy to use. Redis enable you to write traditional complex code with fewer, simpler lines. With Redis, you write fewer lines of code to store, access, and use data in your applications. The difference is that developer who use Redis can use a simple command structure as opposed to the query language of traditional database. For example, you can use Redis hash data structure to move data to a data store with only one line of code. A similar task on a data store with no hash data structure would require many lines of code to convert from one format to another. Redis comes with a native data structure and many options to manipulate and interact with your data. Over 100 open source clients are available for Redis developer. Supported languages are Java, Python, PHP, C, C++, C#, JavaScript, Node.js, Ruby, R, Go, and many others can use this Redis very easily. Another advantage is replication and persistence. This is very important. Redis employs a primary replica architecture and support asynchronous replications where data can be replicated to multiple replica servers. Like this, in web environment, we need to keep different servers for failover, for disaster recovery. So it's having this replication and persistence. So it can replicate its data in different multiple locations. This provides improved read performance as requests can be split among the server. So instead of querying in one server, you can query in multiple servers at a time. And faster recovery when the primary server existence and outage. For persistence, Redis support point-in-time backup. Point-in-time backup means copying the Redis dataset to the disk. Redis was not built to be durable and consistent database. If you need a durable Redis compatible database, then you can consider this Amazon MemoryDB for Redis, because MemoryDB uses durable transactional log that store data across multiple availability zones. You can use it as your primary database. MemoryDB is purpose built to enable developer to use the Redis API without worrying about managing a separate cache, database, and underlying infrastructure. So if we use the MemoryDB, then we can store in the disk also, like it can work like a database also, as we work with MySQL, MongoDB and all. This Redis is highly availability and scalability options are there. Redis offer a primary replica architecture in a single node primary or cluster topology. So you can configure your Redis as a cluster, or it can work in a single node also. This allows you to build highly available solutions providing consistent performance and reliability. When you need to adjust your cluster size, various options to scale up and scale in or out are also available. This allows your cluster to grow with your demand. The most important thing is open source. Redis is an open source project supported by the vibrant community, including AWS. There is no vendor or technology lock in a Redis. Is open standard based, support open data format, and feature a rich set of clients. So these are the benefit that Redis giving to us. So where we can use this Redis? Popular Redis use cases. One case is caching. If we want to provide the fastest web service, web server, and applications can run fastest way, that needs caching. So Redis used for caching also. Redis is a great choice for implementing a highly available in-memory cache to decrease data access latency, increase throughput, and easy the load of your relational or NoSQL database and applications. Redis can serve frequently requested items at sub-millisecond response time and enable you to easily scale for higher loads without growing the costlier backend. Database query results caching, persistent session caching, web page caching, caching of frequently used objects such as image files and metadata are all popular examples of caching with Redis. So if you have the website that needs fastest response, and you can use this Redis for caching purpose, web page you can cache, and you can cache for image files, metadata, so that the all non-regular updated file can be cached and it can serve with sub-milliseconds. The another use case is chat, messaging, and queues. Redis support pub sub with pattern matching and variety of data structures such as list, sorted sets, and hash. This allows Redis to support high performance chat rooms, real-time comment stream, social media feeds, and server intercommunication. The Redis list data structure makes it easy to implement a lightweight queue. List offer atomic operation as well as blocking capability, making them suitable for a variety of applications that require reliable message broker or a circular list. So if you want to build a messaging or chatting system, so Redis will help you to build it. Another use case is gaming leaderboards. Redis is a popular choice among game developers looking to build real-time leaderboards. Simply use the Redis sorted set data structure, which provides uniqueness of elements while maintaining the list stored by user score. Creating a real-time rank list as easy as updating a user's score each time it changes. You can also use sorted set to handle time series data by using the timestamp as the score. Another popular use is session store. Redis, as we understood previously, it's an in-memory data store with high availability and persistence in a popular choice among application developers to store and manage session data for internet scale application. Redis provides a sub-millisecond latency, scale and resiliency required to manage session data such as user profile, credential, session state and user-specific personalization. Another most popular use is rich media streaming. That means YouTube and all these things is doing like this. Redis offer a fast in-memory data store to power live streaming use cases. Redis can be used to store metadata about users' profile and viewing histories, authentication information token for millions of users, and manifest file to enable CDN to stream video to millions of mobile and desktop users at a time. Then for storing the geospatial data, Redis offer purpose-built in-memory data structure and operators to manage real-time geospatial data to scale and speed. Commands such as geoadd, geodist, georadius mymember to store, process, and analyze geospatial data in real time make geospatial easy and fast in this with the Redis. You can use Redis to add location-based features such as driving time, drive distance, point of interest to your application. Another popular use is machine learning. Modern data-driven application require machine learning to quickly process a massive volume, variety, and velocity of data and automate decision making. For use cases like fraud detection in gaming and financial service, real-time bidding in ad tech, matchmaking in dating and ride sharing, the ability to process live data and make decisions within tens of milliseconds of utmost importance. Redis gives you a fast in-memory data store to build, train, and deploy machine learning model quickly. Another use real-time analytics. If your application needs the fastest analytic, then the Redis is the best choice. So Redis can be used with streaming solutions such as Apache Kafka and Apache Kinesis as in-memory data store to ingest, process, and analyze real-time data with sub-milliseconds latency. Redis is an ideal choice for real-time analytics, use cases such as social media analytics, ad targeting, personalize, and IoT. So if your application need something like the real-time analysis based on the usage pattern of user, then Redis is the best choice. So what are the programming languages we can use to use the Redis? That is, as we said earlier, the Python, Perl, C, C#, C++, Java, Go, JavaScript, PHP, Ruby, Node.js, all these languages can be used to access the Redis. So Redis versus Memcached. So previously Memcached was the popular for session storage. So what is the similarity or difference between Redis and Memcached? Both Redis and Memcached are in-memory open source store. Memcached, a high-performance distributed memory cache service, is designed for simplicity, while Redis offers a rich set of features that makes it effective for a wide range of use cases. They work with relational or key-value database to improve performance such as MySQL, PostgreSQL, Aurora, Oracle, SQL Server, DynamoDB, and any other database it can work with Redis. So we can have the Redis in front, and in backend we can keep any other relational database to store our data. So this was the information related to the Redis, and I hope you understood the basic concept of Redis, and we'll be giving more tutorials on Redis and MemoryDB database or cache database. Thank you very much.